Yo, what's going on guys? Welcome back to another video. What if I guess today is a brand new Division video. Today I'm going to be talking about my patch 1.6 wishlist. Now, if you guys didn't know, patch 1.6 should be coming out very soon, and it's going to be a major PvP update where it's going to fix the dark zone and stuff like that. But today I decided to make a video talking about some of the things I want to be added, or I wish they were added in patch 1.6. Now, I'm not too sure if you guys seen, but a lot of different people also made videos on their wish lists for patch 1.6, and I was like, hey, you know what, might as well make one for me and pretty much tell you guys what I want added into the game, and like I said, hopefully it can come true in the near future. But anyways, before we move on to the video, if you guys could drop a like for me, that would mean the world to me. Also, subscribe to the channel. If you are brand new, you will not miss out new videos when they come out. So, like I said, if you are brand new, subscribe to the channel. It really helps a lot. But without further ado, let's move on into the video. Now, like I said previously, patch 1.6 is supposed to focus on PvP, but I really hope they include some sort of a DLC in the near future, and this is what I'm kind of asking for. Because I don't know about you guys, but to me the game is getting a little bit stale. I don't know if you guys remember, like when patch 1.3 was out, they didn't do anything for a very long time, and the game just pretty much got stale. A lot of people stopped playing it. Well, to be honest, survival is fun, don't get me wrong, but I'm just getting a little bit bored of it, and there's just so many things you can do on this game. I pretty much, did everything, and the only thing that's left for me is to grind for, named gear pieces, and I'm pretty much done and obviously, play PvP. But besides that, I am a little bit burned out of the game, so for them to include some sort of a DLC very soon would be very nice. Now, the first thing on my wish list for patch 1.6 or a future DLC is a new Incursion. We haven't seen a brand new Incursion in such a long time. I think it was what, 1.3? Or yeah, it was 1.3 where Dragon's Nest Incursion came out, so it was a pretty long time ago, and hopefully they start hinting the 4th Incursion anytime soon, because like I said, we haven't seen that in such a long time, and I love doing the Incursions. I love when it comes out and like no one really knows what to do, no one really knows how to complete it. It's really fun. That's one thing about Destiny. If you guys ever played Destiny, when a new raid comes out, it's always really fun because you and your friends, play the game, you don't know what to do, and it takes a couple of hours to actually figure out what to do. So like I said, a new Incursion in the near future would be really nice, or just at least, give some hints, give some leaks about the new Incursions, so people can get pumped up and excited for the future DLC. The second thing on my patch 1.6 wishlist is weapon balancing. Now, I know what you guys are saying, they fixed weapon balancing, they made the weapon balancing, pretty good in patch 1.5. Well, in my opinion, the assault rifles are just overused, and a lot of people, if not everyone, pretty much uses them in PvP, and even for PvE, you barely see anyone else use LMGs, submachine guns. It's always, the lightweight M4, LVOAC, the police M4. That's pretty much what everyone uses. And I know the main reason why everyone uses them is because the enemy armor damage on assault rifles is really clutch. But I do wish they did something in patch 1.6 or future updates where it fixed the assault rifles. And I do wish in patch 1.6 or future updates they did fix, the weapons, so anyone and everyone started using different weapons, not just assault rifles. Bring back the submachine guns where they were really good. The marksman rifles. Since the M1A did get nerfed, you don't really see a lot of people using marksman rifles. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I have noticed that barely anyone uses marksman rifles. What I see is just a bunch of assault rifles. Now, don't get me wrong, I also use assault rifles for most of my videos because, they're obviously the best in the game right now, so why not use them? But like I said, weapon balancing and maybe new weapons in patch 1.6 or future updates would be really nice. The final thing I have on my wish list is new gear sets. Now, you guys know Alpha Bridge, Striker, Banshee, the defense gear set are pretty much the ones that everyone uses. I know some people use Sentry or Hunter's Faith, but besides that, like Nomad, Firecrest, you barely see anyone using those gear sets, and the reason behind that is because they're just not as good. They just can't compete with Alpha Bridge, they can't compete with Striker. And don't get me wrong, I know some people that play PvE, they'll use the different gear sets just to change up the the game for them. But the majority of gear you see people using is Alpha Bridge, is Striker, is the D3 build. So like I said, for patch 1.6 or future updates, include different gear sets, maybe something that balances out Alpha Bridge, maybe something really good that counters Alpha Bridge. Or just mess around with the other gear sets and make them a little bit better. I'm not saying nerf Alpha Bridge because I love using Alpha Bridge. I know a ton of people that love using Alpha Bridge. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying buff the other gear sets so people do have a little bit more of a choice of what build they want to use and what build is really good for PvP. Not just 1 or 2 or 3 gear sets. that you have to use in PvP in order to compete with others. So like I said, that's my patch 1.6 wishlist or future DLC wishlist. I really do hope they do something to the weapons and gear sets, or maybe just add new gear sets or new weapons in the future. But that's pretty much it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. In the comment section below, let me know one thing you wish to be changed in patch 1.6 or future updates. Like I said, for me the major thing is probably the gear sets or the weapons, because I'm just getting a little bit bored of using the same exact thing for PvP or PvE. So like I said, let me know in the comment section below. But besides that, thank you guys so much for watching once again. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.